Bitcoin price has left several investors scratching their heads after the asset dipped below $84,000. Following a wave of bullish fundamentals in the past week, Bitcoin's recent price action pales in comparison to the projections mooted by analysts after the signing of the strategic Bitcoin reserve. The largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization has shed nearly 4% of its value over the last day. At the moment, the Bitcoin price is hanging on to $83,000 with on-chain indicators painting a grim picture for the asset. Bitcoin's 7-day chart confirms a 3.37% decline, while daily trading volumes are down by a staggering 53%. Alongside the falling metrics, Bitcoin whales are scooping coins en masse, racking up over 22,000 BTC in 3 days. The recent decline in Bitcoin price follows a bullish week capped by the signing of an executive order for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. A crypto summit at the White House and declarations by the OCC for cryptocurrencies were expected to send prices rallying. However, the reverse appears to be the case with Bitcoin price threatening to slip below $80,000. In my entire 8 years of being in Bitcoin, I don't think I've ever seen price action more disconnected from the news, said an analyst. This week was possibly the most bullish week in Bitcoin history, and we're dumping. There are several reasons for unsavory prices after the rally-inducing fundamentals of the past week. Right off the bat, macroeconomic factors like tariff implementation by the U.S. have triggered sell-offs for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Furthermore, the release of the non-farm payrolls (NFP) report on Friday signaled that monetary tightening by the Feds could be on the horizon, negatively affecting Bitcoin price. Experts say an executive order for a strategic Bitcoin reserve and crypto summit without the actionable policies may have dampened the enthusiasm of investors. Bitcoin's decline is dragging altcoins underwater, with ETH, XRP, and BNB losing 3.24%, 6.38%, and 4.78% respectively over the last day. After recording over $150 million in liquidations, the global cryptocurrency market stands at $2.68 trillion, falling by nearly 6% over the last day. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin, BTC, is a cryptocurrency, a virtual currency, designed to act as money and a form of payment outside the control of any one person, group, or entity. This removes the need for trusted third-party involvement, e.g., a mint or bank, in financial transactions. Bitcoin was introduced to the public in 2008 by an anonymous developer or group of developers using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. It has since become the most well-known and largest cryptocurrency in the world. Its popularity has inspired the development of many other cryptocurrencies. Read on to learn more about the cryptocurrency that started it all, the history behind it, how to buy it, mine it, and what it can be used for. Key takeaways. Bitcoin is the end product of the work of many people, but it is generally accepted that Satoshi Nakamoto created it and introduced it in 2008. Bitcoin is the public blockchain used to create and manage the cryptocurrency of the same name. Bitcoin mining is the race between miners to hash block information, find the solution to a hashing problem, and add a block to the blockchain. The winning miner is rewarded with bitcoins. Bitcoin can be used by speculators, investors for investing purposes, and consumers for purchases or value exchange. There are many risks involved with investing in and using bitcoins, including volatility, fraud, and theft. Understanding Bitcoin. In August 2008, the domain name bitcoin.org was registered. It was created by Satoshi Nakamoto and Marty Malmy, who worked at the anonymous Nakamoto to develop Bitcoin. How Bitcoin started. In October 2008, Nakamoto announced to the cryptography mailing list at metsdao.com, "I've been working on a new electronic cash system that's fully peer-to-peer with no trusted third party." The now famous white paper published on bitcoin.org, entitled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, will become the Magna Carta for how Bitcoin operates today. First block. On January 3, 2009, the first Bitcoin block was mined. Called Block 0, it is also known as the Genesis block and contains the text, "The time 03/Jan/2009 Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks," perhaps proof that the block was mined on or after that date. Rewards. Bitcoin rewards are halved every 210,000 blocks. For example, the block reward was 50 new Bitcoins in 2009. On May 11, 2020, the third halving occurred, bringing the reward for each block down to 6.25 Bitcoins. The fourth halving occurred in April 2024 and lowered the reward to 3.125 Bitcoins. The next halving should happen in mid-2028 and reduce the reward to 1.5625 BTC. Denominations. 1 Bitcoin is divisible to 8 decimal places, 100 millionths of 1 Bitcoin, and this smallest unit is referred to as a Satoshi. Bitcoin's blockchain technology. Bitcoin as a form of digital currency isn't hard to understand. For example, if you own a Bitcoin, you can use your cryptocurrency wallet to send smaller portions of that Bitcoin as payment for goods or services. By contrast, the way Bitcoin actually works is very complex. Blockchain. A blockchain is a distributed ledger, a shared database of information that is chained together via cryptographic techniques. Distributed means that it is stored on many computers rather than a centralized server location, as is typical of most data storage. A network of automated programs installed on these computers maintains the blockchain and performs the functions necessary for it to operate. A block on a blockchain is a file that contains a block header, transaction counter, and the transactions recorded in the block. The transaction counter lists the transactions in the block, while the block header is made up of several elements. Asterisk software version, which version the blockchain is running, sometimes called a magic number. Asterisk previous block hash, the encrypted information from the previous block. Asterisk Merkle root, a single hash encrypted information that contains all the hashed information from previous transactions. Asterisk timestamp, the date and time the block was opened. Asterisk difficulty target, the current network difficulty problem miners are attempting to solve for. Asterisk nonce, short for number used once, which is used to solve the mining problem and open the block. As noted, each block contains the hashed information of the previous block. This creates a chain of encrypted blocks, files, that contain information from all previous blocks, going back to the first block of the blockchain. Encryption. Bitcoin uses the SHA-256 hashing algorithm to encrypt the data stored in the blocks on the blockchain. Simply put, transaction data stored in a block is encrypted into a 256-bit, 64-digit hexadecimal number. That number contains all the transaction data and information linked to the blocks before that block. How to use Bitcoin. Bitcoin was initially designed and released as a peer-to-peer payment method. However, its use cases are growing due to its increasing value, competition from other blockchains and cryptocurrencies, and developments on blockchains that process information for the Bitcoin blockchain. Payment. Bitcoin is accepted as a means of payment for goods and services at many merchants, retailers, and stores. Brick-and-mortar stores that accept cryptocurrencies will generally display a sign that says, Bitcoin accepted here. The transactions can be handled with the requisite hardware terminal or wallet address through QR codes and touchscreen apps. An online business can easily accept Bitcoin by adding this payment option to its other online payment options, credit cards, PayPal, etc. To use your Bitcoin, you need to have a cryptocurrency wallet. Wallets are your blockchain interface and can hold the private keys to the Bitcoins that you own. These keys must be entered when you're conducting a transaction. Investing and speculating. Investors and speculators became interested in Bitcoin as it grew in popularity. Between 2009 and 2017, cryptocurrency exchanges emerged that facilitated Bitcoin sales and purchases. Prices began to rise, and demand slowly grew until 2017, when its price broke $1,000. Many people believed Bitcoin prices would keep climbing and began buying it as long-term investments. Traders began using cryptocurrency exchanges to make short-term trades, and the market took off.